That's all.
All right, Trip. Have a wonderful day.
Y'all too. Appreciate you.
See you later. What's going on, sir?
Driver?
Yes, sir.
Good shit. You guys caught him without an interceptor.
Yeah, man. LT, I gotta ask you some questions, man.
Eastbound on Innocence Boulevard, right under La Puerta.
So, man.
So you want to talk upstairs, up on the roof, or you want?
Yeah, we can go on the roof. Let's go on the roof. It's nice seeing it. Also, I forgot to give that man his firearm back. I'm gonna put it in the report number, and whenever he requests, if I'm not around, can you make sure he gets it back? Yeah. Alrighty, I put it in that report. How long is that IRL? 20 minutes. But him doing jobs, he'll be in there for 5 minutes. That's why I try and make it quick for those kind of guys. Yeah, he's a little upset, but rightfully so. I mean, they just lost an A-boost, so he didn't go overboard. He didn't make it my life a living hell while I was trying to process him and get him into the car. He just kind of walked to it. So I gave him a pretty big breaks right there, but that's what it's about. Oh, dude, holiness. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tarkov, I'm telling you, arena's gonna be a lot of fun, man. That was just a taste.
Northbound, Power Street.
And I won't gonna be 10-7 for 5 mics.
10-4. Northbound Power.
LT, man. What the hell happened, man? What the hell happened to Jim, man?
Who?
Jim. They fired Jim Beam last night.
A loud one?
Yeah, man. They fired him. They fired him for unprofessionalism in the workplace. They said that our conversations that we have is a circle jerk, I guess, between whenever me, Jim, and I forgot his name. I mean this with all seriousness. We talk about the PD's problems together, but it's never something where it's like fuck this guy or fuck that guy. It's just simple conversations, the same ones we have with you. But they were upset because they were like, Jim has never brought anything to he's never brought anything up in meetings or whatever, which is, again, complete bullshit. You've been there. He's brought up plenty of things. And I'm not even I don't even consider me and Jim greatest of friends. But at the same time, if you got fired tomorrow, I'd go on the chopping block for you too, because I know you're a fucking damn good officer and I'm going to have your back, just like how I'm having Jim's. He's a big part of this morning shift. And I understand that high command is high command. But for a bunch of people who ain't even around this shift to fire him on his actions in this shift blows me away. And the fact that you and Gomez weren't reached out to on this decision even blows me away further.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, son. He's probably got a tribunal that he'll have a chance to speak his mind, but it's like, I'm gonna be honest. The thing with me is that I witnessed some stuff with him that I was like, I don't like that.
What?
Like,
what exactly?
Just the way he talked to people was a little disrespectful at times. But again, I wasn't. It was so little that I've actually worked with him that I don't know if that's just how he talks. Like, I mean, there's people that I didn't like at the beginning that I'm fine with now. Like, shit happens.
Yeah.
Like Whitlock and I didn't exactly see eye to eye. Like, I had a great time with him last night, training him for a few hours. Like, I had a good time. He's improved. I don't know if that's like, people can have a bad attitude about shit, and if it improves,
love you, Capelli. Thank you.
That's what we want to see. I don't know if it was just like if he was getting negative all the time, and that's what happened to it. But I'll find out when I see people or a shift change or whatever. But like.
But he never even got a warning. He never got a warning. He never got a talking to. 2 days ago in a meeting, they said, we're going to have your back. If something ends up happening, when's the last time someone got fired, didn't get a talking to, didn't this, didn't that? We're going to have your back. We're going to talk to you. We're going to make things work. And then the very next person that has an issue, they fire without even giving him a fucking warning? Or even a conversation? A suspension? A bike duty? Nothing? He's a good, I mean, yeah, he's a hard ass, man. And yeah, he runs his mouth sometimes when criminals are running their mouths, of course. But at the same time, I feel like that's a conversation of dial it back or you're going to leave. Not a conversation of see you later, here's the door. Because now it feels like, again, it's just one of those things where now I'm nervous of what I say and do that is just going to result in me just getting fucking flat out fired and not even a suspension to say, hey, you're out of line, correct it or you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at his reports. There hasn't been anything when it comes to reports of like he's fucked up with his writing, when he's fucked up with like how he's putting in stuff. He does the investigative stuff. He's the one who takes the pictures. He's the one who writes up the reports. He did the CI thing yesterday. He's done all of that stuff. So you can't say he doesn't take it seriously. All you can say is he got a loud mouth. And I mean, don't we all? To a certain degree, I know fucking I do.
So I have seen, and again, I don't know all the details here. Like,
Of course.
we talk, command talks and everything, but it's like, I don't know everything about it. Now, I can say one thing, the difference between like, if it's you and me driving around and we're like, God, we got to improve on this, or this person is really bad at this. Like, it's okay because we're not being, it's not just being a fucking, we're not being rude about it. We're just literally doing our job to improve our department. Now, if it's a thing that becomes, because I have seen these little groups sitting down in the motor pool, not with you in it. I don't know if he even was in it. He was even in it, but it's like they sit there and they just spew negativity out. Now, I've never once received a text message. People assume that you have to talk to us in person, but sometimes the best way to get a hold of people is send them a text. That way we know to bring it up to somebody or go and talk to someone. Now, he could text me about any of these issues that are going on. It's the same with the rest of the officers that sit there and, if they're going to be in a circle like that. Just talk to people. And yeah, maybe they did it. Maybe they did talk to the chain of command. I don't know. But I've never once had that group come up to me and talk to me. He should come to me. He should go to Rick. He should go to me.
Yeah, I understand that, LT, and again, me, I respect you as much as I'd have your back. You going to hell, brother, I'm riding there in fucking shotgun, all right? That's how I've always been. That's how I always will be. I respect your authority, and I will continue to respect your authority and have your back. But at the same time, it's one of those things where in any workplace that has ever existed, there will always be individuals who will have conversations with those of the same rank of ideas that they have because they're scared of you or they're scared of their higher ups. They don't have the relationship. See, me and you, I consider us, I'll even drop the friend card. I consider us friends at this point.
I treat you like anyone else. Like,
exactly. And I appreciate that.
And that's why I brought you into the Interceptor program.
But at the same time, we have developed that relationship, and for those who don't have that relationship with those higher ups to the degree that I do, aren't comfortable as much as giving constructive criticism as I am. I mean, you've heard me. I'll fucking be vocal about it. I don't give a damn. I'll do whatever it takes to have the PD become the best fucking department out there. And I know that Jim has his mind in the same place. It's just one of those things where instead of sitting there and being labeled, because here's the thing, it's either you be labeled as someone who likes to bitch about every single thing possible like me, and or you get labeled somebody talking behind people's backs. Instead of bitching to the higher ups about things, you bitch in a private area. And to be honest, that's not a disrespect thing in my book. That's more of he just doesn't feel comfortable with coming to you guys and giving his daily complaints of just things that we all complain about. The bad comms, the not having his back and stuff, and all of them are, and LT, I'm telling you this respectfully, all of them that he's complained about has been valid complaints that we have brought up in meetings. He has brought up in meetings also. Just 2 days ago, he was the one who brought up all the stuff whenever he got ran over. He didn't keep that private. He said it in the meeting. And whenever I heard of what he got fired for, talking behind or not following the chain of command and having a circle jerk group. I'm part of that circle jerk group. So if he's getting fired for that, why am I not? And everything he's ever said to me, LT, has never been along the lines of fuck this guy, fuck that guy. He has never said that high command doesn't have any type of authority. The one thing he said the most, the one thing that he has said that has been borderline is he was talking about me being able to lead the morning stuff. And that was just in the lines of complimenting me and how I am as an officer. Nothing has ever gone farther than that. That is the worst thing he has said. And for me, the reason why I'm even talking to you and I talked to Gomez is because I feel so strongly about the fact that he was fired unjustified. And just like if you were fired tomorrow, I'd go to fucking hell to make sure that if you are going to be fired, at least everyone who knows that, or at least everyone who's firing you knows that they're making a mistake. That you guys might not change your mind, and that's okay. But I want you to know that he is a good fucking cop. I put my badge on it. He has a loud mouth, and yeah, he talks to criminals sometimes in a manner that isn't the best. But at the same time, those same criminals he's talking quote unquote shit to or being unprofessional with them, they're being unprofessional with him. Like yesterday, we had an individual who was literally shooting Vladimir and Vadim Vladislav and his brother were shooting at each other, driving down the road for fun and shits and gigs. We were going to just...
Sounds like Vadim.
Yeah, we were just going to take his firearm. But sure enough, they wanted to give us shit for shooting at each other. I mean, hell, how friendly does the higher-ups want us to be with these criminals? Because if I'm sitting there and I'm watching two people shoot at each other... Are we just supposed to be like, oh, you're shooting at each other? Okay, slap on the ass. That was so funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's always been something you got to handle. Like, you got to make sure you handle it correctly. And I think right now we're focusing on that. Like, we've been going through that phase where this entire city didn't fucking trust any of us. They didn't want anything to do with us. They looked at us all as scumbags, and we've rebuilt this image a lot the last few weeks. Jesus Christ, with a lot of pings. Is that the guy that you just arrested, Trip?
Yep, that is. Let me go take care of him real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
How do you think I'm doing so far, chat? Pretty good? All right, good. I've been waiting for you, my man. I apologize about that, brother.
No, you're good. I put that down there so it didn't disappear. And
awesome. Here.
You look like you could probably use that more than me, so.
My man, here, I'll trade you. I don't eat fucking, I ain't no rabbit, so I'll give you one of these vegan things that these sons of bitches give me. Hey, sorry again about keeping that firearm on me. And if you ever need anything from the PD, man, you got any questions about shit, just give me a call. Okay. I try to be as cordial. Listen, if you're cordial with me, I'll always be cordial with you. Okay?
Always. Did the gun was it down there also, or?
Yeah, the gun should be down there also. Did it just poof?
Yeah, I think it did.
All right.
No big deal.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, man.
No, you're good, man. I appreciate you guys.
All right, brother. You have a wonderful day, okay?
You too, man. Appreciate you.
Damn it, bloody, thank you for the 17 months, man. Sure enough, he comes back for his gun. I give him his knife and his gun poofs on the ground. Some bitch.
Oh no.
He said it wasn't a big deal. He wasn't too mad about it.
$2,500 plus the ammo or whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, look, son. At the end of the day, all I can say is, if you feel like that it was unjust, just you can write up your statement for when there's a tribunal, and you can defend him. I've written statements from many officers that may not have been my favorite officers, but they were officers that I felt like they were good at one thing or another. It's a good chance to make your voice heard in that situation. So, but I understand chain of command has always been a tough thing, especially when it's like with how many officers we have, different shifts we have to cover. It can get hard, things get lost in translation. But I don't want people feeling like you can't complain about shit. Just make sure it doesn't leak out onto radio or anything like that, or when you're talking to your higher ups, like just treat them how you would want to be treated.
Well,
Super simple to say, but
my only thing is, man, is that I just wish that they would have talked to somebody who was around in the morning. I wish they would have talked to you. I wish they would have talked to Gomez. I wish they would have talked to somebody who was around in this shift that could explain to them that, like, he was a big key part. I mean, he's one of the only few that's around that does consistent Air 1 for us. He's always in primary, secondary, being able to chase these individuals. He's always part of all the A's that we're getting. He was a part of the majority of them. He's a big reason why our arrest percentages are up, and he was a fundamental factor in our success as a PD. And for him to just, get fired like that without speaking to any of you guys, and I understand it's not always about winning, all right? I understand that. He was a good individual, even just for people to talk to. Yeah, there's some people who hate him. There's also some people who love him. There's a bunch of citizens who are writing a petition right now saying how much they do like him. He's going to bring up in the tribunal or whatever the hell. It just, I feel like the image of him was painted so negative, but so negative by people who were blind and didn't even paint the image because they had nothing to paint. I just wish they would have taken a little bit longer to ask some of us who's been around. Yeah, I'm just an officer, but man, I can tell you if someone's a good cop or a bad cop, man. I look at everybody in the morning shift as a family, and to lose one of our brothers who's been doing his damnedest to do a good job, it just hurts a little bit. And it just, I feel bad for him, but on top of that, it makes me feel unsafe about my job. Oh, I'm gonna fuck up one day and I'm just gonna get fired. Like, what the hell?
I mean, I've been there before, but I think I felt like that too. But now it's like, shit. Only thing you can do is keep doing your best, keep doing your job. And I mean, I can't say anything negative that I've seen from you. Like, I don't feel like you need to worry like that right now. It's like, I mean, I do like the whole, like, 24, 48 hour suspension, then go from there. But if this is coming up from the top, like,
I hear you, man.
It's their call on that one, son. But
I hear you.
He'll have his chance, and I hope to God that he doesn't go out and do anything stupid while he's off. Before his tribunal. That's my best advice. Is like, if you.
I mean, he's towing right now for us, man. I mean, he got fired by the PD, but now he's working his tow for us to help get the A+ boosts in. He was the one who just went and picked up that A on the freeway. And that to me, it just speaks in, well, you know what I mean? It just speaks for character for me. He gets fired. He doesn't go off the deep end and start doing this or doing that. He goes and starts towing and helping us out, clean up the streets in his best way that he can. So.
Yeah, well, look, I understand, and like, some of that stuff, I don't see all of the positive stuff from like the citizens and everything like that, so that's good to know. I don't know how he's, but I'll talk about it. Like, I'll talk with the officers that, like, if you tell me the names of the guys that you guys were all in this little circle with and stuff, I'll talk to them and do what I can, or like, get their side of everything.
It wasn't really, okay, so the circle, let me explain to you about this circle jerk that they're talking about. Whenever I talked to the commissioner said that I was going to be able to hopefully run GIU, okay? So he told me to get 5 officers that I believe that were going to be able to run GIU with me. So I got individuals who I believed that were going to be able to do their job. Those individuals were myself, Jim Beam, James Faraday, Milton Myers, and Chad Wick. And he was on the tribe. He was on the people who fired him last night. But those are the individuals who we were under the interpretation that we were going to be leading something special and helping the PD do something. So the quote unquote circle jerk that has been established is the quote unquote circle jerk that was sanctioned by the commissioner at the time when we had a conversation that we were going to be doing something. So whenever we had this, we were coming up with ideas of how we were going to be able to run GIU effectively and successfully. And we were talking about things that we're doing as a PD that we don't want to be doing if we do get this this established, right? You know, so we weren't even complaining. We were taking things that we believed that were wrong and saying how we were going to do it right. I don't see any wrong in that. That's like if I came to you and you were given the heat and you saw individuals fucking up in chases that weren't heat, and you said, all right, you see how this guy does this? We got to make sure that we don't do that so we don't fuck up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's as far as it went.
I'll talk to Lieutenant Faraday as well now when I see him next, get his side of things. Because, you know, I do think that I understand.
So Lieutenant Faraday is the reason why this happened, is what I'm
hearing.
hearing.
I think I'm around, son. Like, I'm trying to help out when I can.
And you're doing a damn good fucking job, man. We all are. That's the only
honestly,
reason I'm speaking up.
Like, you guys are doing a good job. I really have been proud to be able to get on shift and see, you know, the way we are running things and doing a good job on it.
BZ, thank you for the 5 months.
One issue with a couple things that were said, and that's about it. And that, you know, that was just a one-off thing for me so far. But we'll see what we can do. I'll talk with Gomez as well, because I know she's been around this shift. I know we were kind of blindsided by this, but I don't want people feeling like that their job is in jeopardy, like, because I felt that way before. So it's not a great thing, not a great feeling, but we're moving in the right direction, son. Like, we're getting everything going up, and I got bad news though. I got bad news, not related to Beam for you.
Alrighty.
So apparently, my former Captain Dior never actually notified the commissioner that we had decided to use the interceptors that have ram bars for pits, and pitted a car in front of the commissioner last night, and he said we're not allowed to do that, so he can't pit right now.
Boy, what do you mean? So if you're an interceptor, you can't pit?
Yeah, that's right now until I get a chance to talk to him about that. Yeah.
Wait.
Look. Yeah.
Wait a minute. So if we're okay, if we're chasing an A+ vehicle that no other car can catch up to, or if an S+ boost comes in that no other car can catch up to, other than Interceptor, we have to pace them until they run out of gas?
I don't know, son. We'll talk about it with him. I think it's just more, I'm going to get everyone that I have currently being trained in heat and that are already certified, and we'll just have kind of like everyone's opinion on that, just so I can kind of be like, hey, this is why we're trying to push for that. That's why Dior pushed for this originally, or was supposed to. I still think we should be, because
we have to be.
The only other way to do it is like if they fuck up enough that their car starts to slow down, and then we can swap out like us for a Charger.
Yeah, but again, that's not going to happen because the criminals are going to hear this. This kind of stuff gets out within. I'm telling you, they probably already heard. They heard the birds up in the sky.
Right. God damn
but
it.
with that being, with that being said, now they're not even going to be scared of interceptors. They'll be like, oh, we got an interceptor on us. Just pit them. They pit us out. The chase is done. So we just gave the criminals, even though it's already the easiest thing to set up a block, now it's impossible to catch cars that are faster than our Chargers. Because pitting is the only way we can let them catch up for parallels.
I mean, I'll be honest, a big part of why our boost catch rate was going up was the pitting on with interceptors. Like, because when I started to pit in interceptors, we were starting to catch them a lot more. I'll be honest. Makes
Yeah.
a big difference. So I'm taking the heat for it right now. I'll try to talk to Cassidy when I see him around hopefully this evening, and get some clarification on that. Maybe I think it was more of just the fact that Dior never actually pushed it up to him, so he probably was going off of our old SOPs. I'll just see if we can get that approved, because I think it's going to be a big issue. And I think letting an interceptor pit versus having to get the charger tuned to be faster is a better solution.
Absolutely.
But I mean, there's other things we can be doing, like maybe that means we just start spiking earlier. You know what I mean? Like we might have to go be up a little bit more aggressive on that. You know, maybe our chargers, if they're on them first, we start pitting way earlier, like when they have a chance to. But we'll make it work. We'll figure it out, son.
All right, LT. What are you doing? You want to ride Interceptor?
Yeah, let's get some training going for you.
Alrighty.
I think I told Whitlock the same thing, but I'm kind of just trying to make sure. I wish I had more information on the car so I can. Oh, Chief's calling me. Yeah. Hold on. Hey, you need me for something? Yeah, I am. I guess I'm the lead of it now. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, last night, Cassidy was telling me that we aren't allowed to pit in heat.
Oh, what's up, brother?
Who's on the phone? Hey,
I already heard, man.
I just heard. I was just told just now.
Here, come over here.